You're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, sir.
Yes, sir.
On March 28, 2025, an officer was in the process of serving a capital murder warrant on a suspect in Harris County, Texas. While conducting a felony stop, the defendant, who was identified by his Texas ID card, pulled up on the officer's perimeter, got out of their motor vehicle, and began walking to the residence where the murder suspect was. The officer's supervisor ordered the defendant to stop and stay right there. The defendant refused and continued to ignore officers while walking towards the residence. The officer's supervisor ordered the defendant to step back multiple times and then grabbed the defendant and took him to the ground.
Him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was he the capital murder suspect?
No, Your Honor.
I live there.
Stop.
Oh, sorry.
I believe that they were in the process of serving a warrant on someone else at the residence, and that's when they came in contact with the defendant.
Okay.
Ordered him to stop. He refused to stop going towards the residence, Your Honor.
Served the warrant. What ended up happening?
Looks like after refusing commands, there was a brief struggle where he was detained.
Was the murder suspect there?
I'm not sure, Your Honor. It does not say. I have no further facts that show if the warrant was complete on the warrant or not, Your Honor, or completed at the time. I just believe they were in the process and believed him to be at the residence, and that's when this incident.
Read it again, if you don't mind.
Yes, Your Honor. On March 28, 2025, the law enforcement officer and Squad 5 of the Houston Police Department's Gang Division served a capital murder warrant for a suspect observed inside a truck at a nearby residence. While conducting a felony stop, the defendant, who is identified by his Texas ID card, pulled up on the perimeter, got out of the vehicle, walked to the sidewalk, and began walking to the residence where the murder suspect was. The supervisor then ordered the defendant to stop and to stay right there. The defendant refused and continued ignoring officers and walking towards the residence. The supervisor ordered him to step back multiple times, but the defendant was once again ignored the officers. The law enforcement officer grabbed the defendant and made him off balance and took him to the ground.
Okay, so now, but when you first started, you said they were going to a capital murder suspect in a car.
Yes, Your Honor. That's what. So I was originally reading the summary. I'm going straight from the gems down, Your Honor. It looks like the suspect was observed inside a truck at a nearby residence.
So the suspect is not even in the residence. No.
Then they later state that there was that the suspect, that the defendant here was walking towards the residence where the murder suspect was. I'm not sure, Your Honor. I have nothing further.
I find no probable cause in your case. Just be careful, man.
Sir.
When you get into a pissing match with
I understand.
who's going to win?
They are. I understand.
No.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hand,
All right. Sit down.
please. You are on bond for an assault in this case, and you've now picked up a new case. What happened to the violation of protective order, please?
Yes, Your Honor. On March 18, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, the officer met with Clay Mendes for a BPO call for service. The officer met with Clay Mendes when he filed with the defense, sent her threatening text messages and called her 21 times. Clay received calls for 1 day after the 61-day protective order expired. The defendant has a no contact order in place out of Court 5.
You don't get it. You don't get it. I only have one thing to do. I'm sorry, I'm revoking your bond, putting you in jail. I ordered you not to do something and you're doing whatever you want to do. Doesn't work like that. There are serious consequences. Goes with you. This is Montes.
Did you want another motion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm putting a new MOA on him and I'm going to advise him that if he violates it again, we'll have a hearing to hold him at no bond. Okay? Because the second one, I can have a hearing. I will only touch the assault case and I'm going to put it at 5,001. He is made bond on the VPO.
Well, Judge, there were multiple orders in this case for bond conditions, and the one that ordered no contact was not labeled in order in the computer, so I didn't see it. There was another one that was no threatening or harassing, and a third one, and it was blank, and all it said was all conditions to be supervised by the department.
That means they're following the conditions in the state's motion filed on that same day.
Say it again.
Oh.
That
okay.
order will mean that they're supposed to be following the conditions in the state's motion that are filed on the same day as that transporter.
Tell him ad nauseum, you know. I'll leave the VPO as is, okay?
Yeah.
I'm putting a new protective order in today, and I'll advise him that he's not to have contact with this person. And if he does again, I'll have a hearing to hold him at no bond. Okay? So, yeah, the VPO, he's made bond 2,500, and at the assault, I'm putting it at 5,001. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
She did complete IOP, SOP, the Victim Impact Panel, and the DWI education course. However, there was a pattern of skip test from December all the way up until January 26th. He admitted to using alcohol 3 times after he completed treatment. So that's why they removed him.
You are out. They've now kicked you out of the PTI program. You need to make a decision today what you want to do. You must either accept a plea bargain agreement from the state, or we will set your case for trial today. I'll let you go outside, speak to Joseph to see what you want to do. Do you have offers on this case now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. What are they?
There's a previous time served offer, Your Honor,
Okay.
that's still on the case. Actually, that was ours. Would likely, I just have a minute to look at it, Your Honor.
Take your time, no rush. Let's go outside. We'll have you talk to your lawyer and then we'll figure it out. Yeah, I'm okay with these guys still want to offer, you know.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Torres Reyes, it may not be today. It may not be tomorrow, next week, next year, but one day, you're going to look back today and say, why the hell didn't I get this done? What's happening today is this DWI will be going on your record.
Yes,
It will be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new DWIs that you pick up. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, this will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. Not only that, the next time you get pulled over, if you smell like alcohol, if you smell like any kind of dope or anything funky, officer's going to come up to your car. They're going to see this. They're going to look at your record. If they smell something, it's probably not going to go well for you.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you understand? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Is it true or untrue that you had a .15 or above?
True.
What do you do for a living, sir?
Work as a healthcare representative for Kelsey Siebel.
Okay. So I'm going to have him wait over there. The lawyer's not even here. So just, I have it, take a seat. Your lawyer's not even here. I can't do the plea. I thought he was here. I've admonished Mr. Torres that this is going on his record. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to send you to 3 days in jail. I'm going to give you credit for the 1 day that you have done. I don't know about waiving the fee for the supervisory, for the DPS fee, Joseph. I'm going to have him fill out an affidavit to see if he's truly indigent. Okay? I need you to fill out an affidavit for me.
Yes,
to see if
Judge.
he's indigent as to whether I'm going to waive it or not. As it stands, I'm suspending your license for 180 days. Do not drive.
I don't drive.
Do you understand? It's only bad things are going to happen. Do
Yes,
you
sir.
understand?
I don't drive anymore.
Okay, come on.